All right, this one's gonna be the most boring video of all time. I don't know if I'm even gonna put this one up, okay? But Donald Trump is a fascist, right? It's not an interesting observation, right? There's only one argument against Donald Trump being a fascist, right? The only argument against is that people have been using the word fascist for a long time to describe people they don't like in politics, and I don't like that people did that between the year like 2000 and or earlier, and like 2020, really 2025, right? Even before this year, it's kind of like, okay, let's maybe not use that word. Let's find a different word to use. There's really no more of that, right? Like this, it's not an interesting conversation anymore, right? Really, I ask people to do this all the time, is you pick a line. What is your line in the sand? Where do you say, after this line in the sand, Donald Trump is a fascist? Or after this line in the sand, Donald Trump is like obviously an egotistical maniac, if you don't like the word, right? There is no line in the sand that you could have reasonably drawn in 2016 that has not been crossed. There's no reasonable line in the sand that you could have drawn in 2019 that hasn't been crossed. We could do election denial in a different video, but for anyone who doesn't know this, it's worth throwing in here so I don't sound as crazy, because I know some people are just predisposed by the media environment. Anyone who says fascist is crazy, destroyed, disregard at all costs. Donald Trump not fascist defeated 1945. But there's like two really big ones, right? The rest of everything else Donald Trump has done, really, really, really bad at President of the United States, right? Two big ones for fascist, right? Number one is that, and I know a lot of people don't know this, people focus on the riot, people focus on the insurrection stuff, whatever. On January 6th, there was a six-step plan, right? This is called, you can Google Eastman Memos, google.com, Eastman Memos. Your internet's open right now. Eastman Memo, 6-step Donald Trump coup, something like that, right? It'll come up. Step one, Mike Pence is reading through the different, election certificate things from the Electoral College that they all send in. Like, this is what my state voted for. Step two, he gets to Arizona. He says, I'm really confused about Arizona, guys. This one is really tricky. I just don't know. He puts it to the side. Step three, he finishes going through all of them, and he has all of these swing states off to the side. And then he says, well, I'm really confused about these swing states. I just don't know about these. It's really hard to say who won these, so we're not going to count them. Donald Trump wins. Well, he's not supposed to say Donald Trump wins. In the plan, he says, I'll let the House decide. I'll let the House vote on it because I'm just too confused. I can't figure it out. It's impossible for me to know for sure. And then the House votes and they say Donald Trump. And then step five is like the Democrats roll over because they're losers and they can't fight and they have no spine. So this is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-step plan written out in paper. It's 1 page long, guys, for how they're going to coup the election. When the protests start, they're not chanting hang like Pence, right? Donald Trump, 3 hours into the protest, he says, hey everyone, you're my little poggies, you did amazing today, and the election is fake, and you guys were 100% right, but you have to start heading home now. Thank you, my little pog champs. After 3 hours of incredible rioting, he says absolutely fucking nothing to stop these people while he's staring at them for 3 hours. 5 minutes go by, nothing. 5 minutes go by, nothing. You were all watching. You all remember where you were. 5 minutes go by, nothing. 5 minutes go by, nothing. Somehow we all forgot about this. Those were long 5 minutes, 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 staring, watching, waiting, and nothing for 3 hours. What does he do like 2 hours in, right? When Pence is like, hey guys, just as a heads up, Joe Biden won the election, it's certified, boom. Mike Pence doesn't have the courage to do what needs to be done. You should go fucking hang him. He didn't say the hanging part, but he implied it, okay? So yeah, that's like, ask any Trump supporter why Pence is not on the ballot. Okay, whatever, we got that. That's the election, old news, snooze fest, right? Thing number two is there's no point in U.S. history where you've sent federal military forces into like cities without the consent of the local government, without the consent of the people there. That's a crazy, bizarre thing to do, right? Oh, but the people do want that. The people do want that. Why are the people not voting for it, right? Like, this is just a fantasy, right? Like, oh, people really do want the Republicans to come liberate them. No, they're voting for fucking Democrats, okay? Like, secret hint, like, Republicans aren't winning in New York City. They're voting for Democrats. They want Democrats. That's what the people here want, okay? There's an interesting conversation about the pros and the cons of being softer and harder on crime, and maybe we should ramp it up. And I'm personally of the opinion that we should ramp up, enforcement in the cities and do a little bit more there. But this is like the normal universe of conversation, and like federal troops moving into the city against the will of the people when everyone is telling them to stop and fucking protesting them shit is like so far gone. You are losing your mind. You're out of your goddamn, you're completely lost, like completely and utterly lost, that the first time in US history that this is happening, and it's like, no, he has authority to do it in DC, bro. I'm like, okay, like, what about LA? Well, he and he starts throwing up on the floor, right? Like I'm not a fucking libtard, guys. Like, if Donald Trump firebombed Chaz on day one, no, sorry, day one would have been a little too soon. If you gave them a fair warning, I'm gonna firebomb you guys on day one, and then firebomb them on day, like, 4, I would have been like, yeah, I mean, you know, it sucks for the people living there, because, like, their houses got collateral damaged, but, like, it's kind of good that we firebombed Chaz, like, overall, right? Like, I'm not a crazy fucking libtard, right? But just going in for no reason in Democrat cities, the crime is so high. 8 of the top 10 crime states are gonna be red states, guys. There's a lot of crime in a lot of red areas, and they're begging, please come help us. No, sorry, we can't come help you. We have to go help these liberals first, right? There's no discussion. Look at Donald Trump's tweets. Look at Donald Trump. Look at the messaging, right? The No Kings protesters are as coordinated as Hezbollah, as Hamas. Why are they comparing normal American citizens, 7 million normal American citizens, to the worst terrorists that they could think of off the top of their head, right? Like, why is that happening? Why is Donald Trump saying that he's going to liberate our cities, that we're sending in these people? This is not normal. This is not right. This is crazy. And what are they begging for every single morning when he's fucking, if you guys watch South Park, fucking jerking it with his tweezers? He's literally craving, thinking about, oh my God, I hope to God a federal officer gets fucking killed. Please, 1 out of 7 million people be crazy. Please, God, let there be 1 crazy person out of 7 million people. Please, 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 God, let it happen. That's what Donald Trump is thinking every single night, because what's he gonna do, guys? What's he gonna do? Draw your lines in the sand, figure out where your head's at, when it's okay to start calling Donald Trump a fascist, and I'll see you in like 2 fucking months, right? Like there's no line that doesn't get crossed in an extraordinary fast amount of time. So I'm all for it. I was very against it for a very long time. Okay, I was the last line of defense for decency in politics. When Donald Trump got elected in 2025, I said, Donald Trump is my president, because I don't like the Donald Trump's not my president rhetoric in the past. Not my president, because it's, in my mind, a rejection of the systems and the Constitution that we all agree to, and even if things don't go our way, we have to accept the outcomes, right? But this is different, right? This is a different beast, and it's like working within the system, maybe? Question mark? Yeah, within the system, yes, but ferociously and at every step against the spirit of our values and everything the founders were going for. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace, and history will remember these years. Okay, history will remember these years. So we'll see how it goes. Wish us luck. Okay, wish us luck. We need it.